presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
This is awesome. Come on, Parlez-vous. We're going over to Paris. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, it's Adam from Paris. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Adam. Yourself?
That's good. Long time no talk. I appreciate everything you've done for me and my family over the years. So,
well, we appreciate you grabbing a problem with us.
Yeah, sir. I've done gold reports and all the softwares and all your books and read it. Generational thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, folks. Tommy O'Brien coming to you live from TFNN. Thanks for tuning in for the final hour of the trading day. And we got a little bit of rotation or divergence in these markets. Let's kick it off with the map of how about the S&P 500? How about these chip stocks, man? You go around the edge, whether you're talking about Micron down 10%, AMD 6%, AMAT, Lam, Clack as well. And yeah, when you get into the memory, Western Digital 7%, Seagate. But on the flip side of that, Meta, they're going to start selling compute. They're up by 10%. Microsoft up nearly 4%, Apple up by 2%, Google up by 1% right now. Financials dramatically higher. Healthcare in the green. Humana's up by 3.3. UNH up by 2.8. So that's the context of the market. And with that in mind, we jump around to the charts and let's do it on a daily to start things off. You got an S&P right now up by 11 points, trading at 75.59. Now it's a shortened trading week. Markets closed on Friday for July 4th. Enjoy that holiday, folks. 250. You know, in one essence, 250 years is a remarkably long time. In another essence, blink of an eye, right? As in, we got a yen weakness we haven't seen in 4 decades today. 4 decades, the yen, as you get some movement. But yes, closed for Friday. And so because we're closed from Friday, you get non-farm payrolls for the month of June a day early. We get those tomorrow. So not exactly getting out of the office just yet for the holiday weekend. We got to wait around to see the market for non-farm payrolls tomorrow for the month of June. But right now, we got some action in the market with the NASDAQ. Volume-wise, though, nothing too remarkable, right? You got a decline of 1.1% in the NASDAQ 100 right now. You got an hour left to go in trading. We may do more than we did prior yesterday, but still a relatively light volume day. 430,000 contracts on the futures. We jump over the ETF on the NASDAQ. Look at this. Yeah. We're sailing into the weekend, folks. NASDAQ 100 down 1.1%, but 28 million shares on the Qs. Yesterday, 42 million shares, and even that's a light day relative to what we've been doing. Same thing, you jump over the SPY, SPY. Yeah, look at that volume. Nothing. SPY up by 13 points, up by 1/10 of 1%. 28 million. Yesterday, you did 55. All right, we jump over to yields. What's going on? ZN, the 10-year. Quite a move the last couple days. You got the 10-year yield at 4.47 right now. Okay, you had Chairman Warsh. He was talking today. Lagarde was talking today as well. And inflation's too high. He's going to keep saying that. He knows everybody knows it. Okay. They're in the price stability business, and that might not be our only business. But if there was a common thing I heard over the last couple days, open-mindedness on all these questions of AI, open-mindedness on productivity. And we've seen that prices are too high. But no indication. He's not going to give you anything, folks, about where he's going to go. Forward guidance, he's going to mix things up a bit. Another quote from Mr. Warsh today. My hope, my aspiration is that 9-12 months from now, we're going to be using new technology to understand what's happening in the real economy in contemporaneous real-time way that positions us as central bankers to make better decisions. One of the things he talked about in that first press conference, outdated data. Data is of the most importance, and the quality of that data for what they're doing and the timeliness of that data, right, of the utmost importance. So they're going to try and mix it up, but nothing too remarkable that he let out in terms of indicating where they're going for forward guidance or rates. But nonetheless, you got yields in the last, yesterday and today, almost a full point from 110.09 down to 109.13 today. We're at 109.18 with the 10-year, right near 4.5% right now. And yeah, as I mentioned, the dollar, you got some action. Okay, you had the yen, you had the Bank of Japan, looks like intervening in that market. And what happens is that when they intervene, that's going to strengthen their yen, which is going to weaken our dollar, right? Now, that should be a lift for gold. And there you go, okay? I was talking about it earlier this morning. It was playing out as it was happening. U.S. dollar, Japan. Okay, keep your eye on that one if you're a gold investor. And not necessarily that, very difficult to be bigger than the market. Most of the time when they step in front of this market, the market says good luck, okay, which is what happened when they stepped in from the end of April, and they were stimulating this market all the way through, I think, May 26th, May 27th, something like that, to the tune of almost $72 billion. They were trying to prop up that yen. Market shook it off and just traded higher. So it's not necessary that that's actually going to matter, the intervention they have today. We'll see how long it holds up, but nonetheless, gold catches a bid. The yen strengthens a bit, but even the dollar shook it off, right? Dollar at 101.40 right now. So gold's up by 1%. A nice little base over the last 5-6 days, forming right at 4,000. And volume-wise today, 132,000 contracts. Not bad. Not bad as we come into the end of the day. Jump over to silver right now. Silver up by 0.6%, trading just above $60. Platinum shares up. Futures up by 2% right now, 15.97. And you jump over to copper. Copper in the red by 7 pennies at down 1.26%. All right, some of the headlines out there. We'll see how this one shakes out. We're not going to renew the USMCA, so that's going to open the negotiations for U.S. and Canada. Declining to renew its trilateral trade pact with Canada and Mexico. And July 1st was the deadline to renew the 16-year trade pact. And we're going back to the negotiating table. We'll see if that provides any volatility in the markets going forward as the negotiations, everything's on the table, right? Whether you're talking about tariffs, imports, exports, all of it. All right, headlines we got in this market. SpaceX. So they're cutting Starlink internet prices in Memphis after data center opposition. Everything's a negotiation, folks, right? Customers that opt in are going to be able to access Starlink service plans, half the monthly price. So they range from $55 to $130 a month. They're going to cut them in half. The discount can be shared with friends and family. And yeah, whether you're talking about Memphis and South Haven, Mississippi. So a little bit of outreach with affordable Starlink. SpaceX, look at this. How's that for a pullback? Remember, folks, Elon's got 6 billion shares of this company himself. 6.07, I think. Things down $20 from the highs today. Remarkable numbers. Now, if you're trading SpaceX, folks, Direction, they have a great single stock ETF, 2 times the daily performance liftoff. Okay, and there you go. Down about 15% today. Liftoff from Direction. And these single stock ETFs, look at the volume they got today. Look at this volume. You talk about liquidity. 2.6 million shares today on the 2 times leveraged SpaceX from Direction, down 15%. SpaceX down almost 8%. S&P's up by 10. We'll come right back, folks.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. NASDAQ 100 under pressure today, off 1.1% right now. And as I mentioned, though, when you look at the volume, pretty light volume day. Nope, QQQ, especially when you look at the ETF structure on the Qs. We just got quite a little bounce in the last 20 minutes or so, from 725 up to above 728. We're down by 340 points right now, off 1.2%. But you do look at that daily, and we'll see where we come in. But 29 million shares right now on the Qs. You're down by 350 points. And yeah, it's the memory stocks, man. How about a roller coaster, man? How about a roller coaster, right? Micron, down by 8.5%. And you're just back to where we were trading at 2 days ago, folks. That's it. From 1023 up to 1168 and back to 1037. You talk about a market that's struggling to price some of these equities, right? The future power of their earnings. Can't quite figure it out as the headlines and the daily basis of action we got today. It's risk off as Micron's down 8.5%. Lamb's off 11.1%. Same thing, just back to where we were a couple days ago. You make a new all-time high on Lamb yesterday at 438, and boom, just like that, you're down by 11%. Western Digital, down about 6.4% right now. Not a lot of volume, though. Look at that volume. Very light volume right now for the sell-off we're getting in some of these equities. Seagate off by 4%. Same thing, though, not volume. You jump over the VIX. How about the VIX? The VIX is in the red. Folks, we're down by 20 pennies in the VIX, 1625. You got an S&P in positive territory as we come into a jobs Thursday, tomorrow. All right, you jump over to Meta, Mr. Zuckerberg. So we were talking about this recently, folks, all right? And I was just posturing, and I posture about a lot on the air, but it made sense. They're going to start selling compute. Of course they are, right? It's an AWS model. They build it out for internal use, which is what they're doing, and man, they can monetize AI. Okay, but they're not monetizing it as well as the other AI companies. And so what they're going to do is they're going to build an AI computing powerhouse, and then they're going to offer those services. Yeah, they're going to develop plans for a cloud infrastructure business that's going to sell AI, computing power, and models. And yeah, a new vector of competition with industry leaders like AWS, Microsoft, and Google. Keeping in mind here that AWS is, Amazon's up, Microsoft's up almost 4% today, Google's in the green as well. Meta's up 10%. One potential plan includes selling access to various AI models that are hosted on the existing AI infrastructure, which would be similar to AWS's Bedrock offering. That's it, right? They build the infrastructure and they host it. Meta would run data centers and chips that power the models, including its own Muse Spark models, and charge developers to access them. They're also potentially just going to sell raw computing capacity. That competes with CoreWeave. Okay? And yeah, you jump over to CoreWeave today, down 12%. 12% for that equity. Getting hammered, man. All right, let's take a look. We got a couple questions in the Tiger's Den for K. Cruz. Palantir. Yeah, so there's pockets of winners out there today and pockets of losers. And it seems like, when they're selling, when everybody's unloading some of these equities, it's not like they're keeping it in cash, because you have huge rushes on the other side, and one of them today is Palantir. You're up by 8.9% right now. So the thing that's nice here, right? When you hear people say that technicals don't matter, folks, look how nice this is. Doesn't mean it's going to pan out, okay? But you're right back into the highs from February of 2025. Those highs, 125.41. You're trading at 127.01 right now. On a weekly, very light volume, though, on this bounce. Yeah, we get some volume today, though. We'll get some volume on the close. It's going to be a decent day of volume for Palantir. 46.9 million shares right now. We'll see how we come in, but on a day like this, up by 8.9, we'll get some volume on the close. Palantir up by $10.31. Take a look at the SMH. Yeah. This is the semiconductor ETF from Van Eck. Down by 4.6% today. Semiconductors take a pullback. And yeah, we got some volume off the top here, right? Look at this daily volume. And we're going to have it again today. You get you a little bit of a bounce on lighter volume and you pull back on more volume. Jump over the weekly for the SMH, semiconductors. Yeah. You want to see some more volume to the upside on this one. Down by 4.6%. We got bearish volume in there. Yeah, the VIX usually says it all. Now, the one thing that's hanging out there is, regardless of coming into a holiday weekend, man, America 250, 250 years, we still have non-farm payrolls tomorrow. And doesn't mean things are going to get thrown into a wrench. But it is, the biggest data point of the month, really. When you talk about non-farm payrolls, wage data in there as well. And we have a VIX right now approaching a 15 handle. We were at a 15 handle earlier, and a little bit of a market sell-off. But yeah, 1597 on that VIX before we get a little bit of a sell-off. And I mentioned this prior. But if you get a chance, folks, I checked this out over the weekend, and it's a, let's see, how many part series? 5-part mini-series on Netflix, and it just talks about the founding of America, and it's called The American Experiment, and it goes right from a young George Washington and all the way to everything about it. It's cool. Check it out if you're interested in those types of, but I watched all 5 of them, man. It was awesome. And going over it and how easy it is to forget some of the details that go into that, the Revolutionary War and what took place. And, what's funniest, right? France catches a lot of heat nowadays, right? And I watched that, and, France, they were not huge fans of the UK back then. And they come to our aid, and they send the Navy over, right? And you got the Navy in France and the UK and France. I mean, France played a pivotal role in America's independence, which, that was 250 years ago. Okay, what have you done for me lately? But it's something that does get lost. And the French, they get a lot of grief sometimes, deservedly so occasionally. But I was watching that, and it was a pivotal area, man. Ben Franklin goes over. Man, just check it out if you're interested in stuff. Great documentary over at Netflix. All right. Crude. How about it, man? Down $1.20. We're pushing lows. You're off 1.7% for crude. And you jump over for crude. Is this the one? No, that's Trump's crypto. Yeah, here's the one. The U.S. sees 10 million barrels via Strait of Hormuz, sapping Iran oil leverage. Commercial shipping through the strait has surged over the past few weeks. 10 million barrels a day is what they're pushing out there. Forgive me. So 10 million figure broadly in line with shipping data previously reported. So crude pulls back, 68.31. All right, folks, S&P's up by 7. NASDAQ 100 down by 340. Come right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. NASDAQ 100 down by 310 points. Appreciate the commentary in there. Yeah, some great stuff, right? Then they signed the agreement with Britain. France gets left out. France under Napoleon, they sell us the Louisiana Purchase. And one of the things they go through there is the Continental Congress, the Constitution, okay, and the nature in which to get a constitution with all of those states, and you had the battle of slavery going on even then. And it talks about that, unfortunately, a constitution wasn't getting done at that point, and it was not happening. And they had to push off slavery. And, of course, there was Northerners that were well against it at that point, but the Southerners weren't going to have it. And they talked about the compromises, and then, you know, women, of course, in that. And they do talk about some of the compromises that had to take place for that to get done. Compromise. All right, let's take a look at Procter & Gamble. PG. So you're up by 0.1% today. But yeah, this thing's had a problem recently. Quite a nice uptrend channel. Okay, that channel almost from 2015, the bottom of that channel from 2018. You break out of that last year, you come back up, you test it perfectly, and then kaboom, right? Your March acceleration, they're under pressure. Prices are a problem. On a monthly basis, had a decent month last month, some decent volume. Let's take a look at it on a weekly. Yeah, that could be a little bit of a problem, the sell-off last week. You sell off from the highs, you give it up with volume. So you in this thing, 226.0524? You looking to get in it? What are you trying to do? Because, you know, the one thing you do have is you have your back against the wall. As in, if you're in this thing, you know, you got 140 out here. You got some nice support from all the way December, January, April, May, and the beginning of June. So about $6 below where you're at right now. Because you break below there, and what's hanging? 122? You know, you break below there, you're in no man's land, man. And they're a great company, but that's a tough chart. And it looks like you have some support there. It does at the 140 area, right? And you're talking about an area of support. Let's back this up even. And yeah, that's an area that was resistance in 2020. And that was support towards the end of 2023. And we'll see if it turns into support right now. You catch a little bit of a bid in June, and we're up by 0.2% right now. Yeah, let's take a look at Walmart and Caterpillar. Talk about a pullback, man. Walmart down by 4.4% today. I got a Sam's delivery today. Love my Sam's. A joke, but I did. Got a Sam's delivery today. And Walmart's talked about on a longer-term basis, right? When prices are a problem, they could be a huge beneficiary of people flocking to Walmart. Okay? Their customer base, well over $100,000 income. People are a huge growth for Walmart business is high-income earners. Well, that's a tough-looking chart right now. You know, you get this area that you're back into, but there's nothing saying you can't test the bottom of that, which would be another 15% below where we're at right now, even pushing 95, 96. You're right back at the 50% pullback from the run of the tariff lows. 80 to 135, and you get back half that gain in, 6 weeks. And Caterpillar under pressure today as well. Oh, look at this chart, though. Last week you top out, you make an all-time high this week, and now you're down by 6.7% for Caterpillar. You know, if you're in some of these equities, folks, okay, congratulations, number one. And what I encourage you to do is just look at your allocation a little bit. I was talking to friends recently, and we were talking about Taiwan Semi in particular. And, you know, Taiwan Semi, okay, you had Micron with some really strong earnings recently. And it was this day here, okay, on June 25th, and that was, you got Micron earnings the night of June 24th, okay, the whole market accelerates higher, and then you had to give up in a big way. Same thing as yesterday, right? Acceleration higher, and if I said to you at the close yesterday, hey, check this out, we're going to be below yesterday's open by the time we reach tomorrow's close. You say, man, what's going on? I say, that's where we are. That's the type of market we have going on right now. Not behaving rationally on a certain degree. So if you've been fortunate enough to peg some of these chips, man, you've rolled this thing up, make sure, okay, especially in retirement accounts, there's no reason to push leverage upon leverage. Make sure you're diversified out there. We'll be right back, folks.
Setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We got a little bit of selling coming into the closing bell. We got 18 minutes left in the trading day. And remember, we got non-farm payrolls tomorrow morning. You got NASDAQ 100 down by 380 points right now, making a run for the session lows. S&P's hanging out to gains by 1 point, 75.49. The Dow hits an all-time high at 53,105. We're 400 points off that price level. And the Russell, they ring an all-time high bell as well. And we're now almost 1 full percentage point off of those highs from the Russell. 3,041 right now, coming back to right where we were coming into 3 o'clock. You jump over that VIX. Yeah, look at this VIX. 1633, down by 12 pennies right now. All right, we jump over to gold. 4,067. Keep our eye on the dollar yen. See if it can eclipse that high. As in, they stepped in front of it. The Bank of Japan, quite a pullback. But not slowing anything down just yet. We check back in on yields right now. Yeah, look at this. Same thing. You get a bit of a recoil, and then the movement resumes. As in lower price, higher yield, the 10-year off by 12 ticks right now. $4.48, the yield on that 10-year. So SpaceX, they showed investors a prototype of Elon Musk's new AI device. Sleek, handset-like prototype was designed to integrate AI technology from SpaceX's XAI. Now, what is cool here is that the one thing none of us have really seen is how they're going to start coming out with devices driven by AI, right? Whether it's Johnny Ives working with OpenAI, okay, they are coming. So you have a handset-like device designed to reshape how humans interact with AI. Now, Elon's talked about before that the interface of how we communicate with technology, we already have an interface. We use our mouth, we use our hands, right? But the ability to interact in a more meaningful, easier way is coming. Slimmer than an iPhone. And so they showed that to some investors and other stakeholders ahead of the IPO. I mean, that seems like public information, right? That's when I was reading this earlier. I was like, wait a second. So he's making special pitches with special presentations of products coming down the line for a public company? That's public information. SpaceX told some investors the project was at an early stage. The design could change, and it's unclear whether such a device will be made. And listen, this is not some groundbreaking deal. If anything, it's just something that's coming down the future, and Elon likes to talk about. But when you are literally, right, presenting prototypes of products as you're going public and nobody knows about it, and they're making decisions off of that, and we don't have any idea, and retail investors are being courted. If Musk thought he could have driven the value higher by showing people that, he would have. So it's not like they hid something and allowed them to get a better price. But you don't often hear companies are IPOing right as it's happening, showing investors as part of that IPO pitch potential prototypes of products. And this isn't some tiny product, right? This is literally the AI device that's somehow going to allow them to hit an total addressable market of like $28 trillion. In February, he denied that his company was developing a phone, pushing back against a Reuters report that SpaceX was building one that would connect directly to Starlink. We're not developing a phone. We'll see how that shakes out. Today, though, as I mentioned, SpaceX under pressure. Down by 8.5 now, hitting session lows. And yeah, liftoff, double time, down 16.5. Single stock ETF trades 2 times the daily performance of SpaceX, folks. And if you want more information about Direction products, they are a sponsor, folks. But I would promote them anyway because they got great products. You head on over to the front page of TFNN, folks. You'll see those Direction banners. And give the Education Center a click, folks. Because if you don't understand how these leveraged and inverse exchange traded funds work, understanding leveraged and inverse exchange traded funds and volatility matters. These are the 2 I would start with. And they do a great job. They walk you through. Okay? Your total exposure, the ETF assets, and how that leverage ramps up, right? It ramps up on the way up, and it can ramp down on the way down in the same degree. And then, on top of that, what's cool is you go to the one that's volatility matters, and it shows you, because these are daily investment vehicles, folks. When Direction says that Liftoff trades 2 times the daily performance of SpaceX, right? It can vary wildly on a longer-term basis. It's only calibrated to reach those on a daily basis. And so what they do here is they show you what can happen when you have leveraged ETFs. Okay, this one, the Direction Daily Technology Bull, TECL, and the Bear, TECS, those are 3 times ETFs, okay? 3 times the underlying is what they are. And they show you how in certain markets, although a benchmark index gained 6.6%, the bull ETF was only up 9.9%. And you'd say, why is that? Wait a second, I thought this was a 3 times ETF, right? Imagine you buy that thing and you hold it for months and you say, oh man, I'm up 7%. That means my 3 times ETF should be up 21%. No, not how it works, okay? And this walks you through what can happen. And in this case, you got a little bit of a choppy market, and then you get a pullback. So you had a leverage and then a pullback, okay? Or just chop in this case. But then you get to a trending market, okay? And in a trending market, you're going to over-deliver because you're basically adding leverage the entire time on the way up, and each time you add that leverage, it keeps going up more. Right? Now, what can happen here is that the last pullback is really going to alter that. But in this case, you had an index return of 35%. If you got 3 times that, you'd be up 100%, 105.54. But in this case, because you got a trending market, you actually would have returned 157%. Right? What is that? Almost 5 times the performance. All right? And so check those out because those, when I read those, okay, now I understand. All right? And it's important to understand how these trade if you're trading leverage and inverse ETFs. But yeah, SpaceX in the red today. And hey, they're not the only ones, man. You know, Palantir up by 8.3, but you jump over to those chip stocks, memory stocks. SanDisk down by 10% right now. Lam off by 10%. Intel down by 9%. What's remarkable is all we're doing is giving up about 24 hours of gains, folks. Okay, if you don't think this market's a little frothy, think about the fact that all these companies that are down 10, 11, 12.5% on Clack. Yeah, we're just back to where we were trading on Monday. How's that for a little froth in the market? S&P's flat. We're coming into Jobs Thursday tomorrow. One more segment, folks. Coming right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We got the S&Ps off by 3. Markets approaching session lows. NASDAQ 100, you're down by 420 points. And that's a session low, I believe. Let's pull it up. We break that low? Yeah, right back to where we were at about 3 o'clock, right back to where we were on the open. 30,101. The NASDAQ off by 1.4% right now. NVIDIA off by 1.3%. Yeah, the selling resumes coming into the closing bell. Take a look at Verizon. Oh, yeah, dividend. EKS, oh man, thanks for all that great info in the den. So he says, added a little Verizon today. Excellent free cash flow yield, greater than 10%. A good dividend, 6.4%. And I added T, 5% dividend. Yeah, both of those lower. Add a few more. I like dividend. I like dividends in this market too. I really do. But with that said, this chart on Verizon worries me. I'm just being real, right? My goodness, what the heck's going on? Look at the volume on a weekly basis. It's only Wednesday. Now, they just came out of the Dow. What was it? The Dow? Are they coming out of the Dow? Verizon and getting replaced? Is that what it was? I mean, that's not driving this action, though. They got a problem. And, you know, bigger picture, right? They have a problem, period, man. Number one, you have huge competition between just Verizon, okay, T-Mobile, right, AT&T, Yeah, look at this. Wish I had shorted it last year, folks. I got a new phone last year, okay, and I talked about it. I got a new phone. Thank you, EKS. Yeah, Verizon came out of the Dow and got replaced by Google. Thank you. That's what it was. And I got a phone, folks, an iPad, and a watch. I got all of them free from Verizon, okay? Free. It was like $2,400 worth of products for only a bill that's about $100. So Verizon has to keep me for 2 years just to break even for all of that Apple product that they're subsidizing. And then I'll just change from there. So how are they making money? You know who's making money on that? Apple is. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night, safe night. We got Jobs Thursday tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a great one.
Building